Hey guys, welcome to my channel. So my name is Carissa. I do movie reviews, trailer reactions, all that type of movie nerd stuff. So if you like that sort of stuff and you want to see more videos like this one, please consider subscribing. So freaky. Yes, I know I am a bit late to the party on this one, but it's Christmas time. At this sort of time of year, everybody goes a bit crazy. Everybody runs a bit behind schedule. Well, I do anyway, and I just went to the shopping centre today to try to get my Christmas shopping done early and nearly got run over a million times by mums and their prams. And just avoid the shopping centre at Christmas time if you can. Take my advice. Anyway, so in Freaky, we have Vince Vaughn and Catherine Newton, and they swap bodies. This is like the Hot Chick Scream Freaky Friday all wrapped into one weird but fun, pretty enjoyable movie. So the opening sequence is sort of, I've seen a lot of other reviewers say it's sort of like a Scream ripoff and that it's blatantly copying Scream, but I actually think of it more like an homage. It's more of like a sign of respect, I think. This movie was obviously made by someone who really loves the genre and is just showing their appreciation. So we have Vince Vaughn playing this guy that gets his body swapped with Catherine Newton's character, and it is pretty hilarious. It's not on the same level as Jack Black's portrayal. In Jumanji, I would say that is a much better version, but this is still a pretty entertaining version, and I think Vince Vaughn really carried the movie. He was really the selling point because Catherine Newton didn't really have much of a role in this movie. When you get past the first half an hour, the first act of the movie, it sort of goes into the second and third act when she's just staring at the camera. She's not really offering much of a performance. I'm not saying that she's a bad actress. I do think she's a good actress, but in this movie she didn't really have a lot to work with. So one thing I think is ridiculous is all the stereotypical high school tropes we see in this movie. For example, we see the classic pretty girl who gets bullied by the mean girls even though she is pretty herself. Like, she is the prettiest girl of them all in this movie. Yet she gets bullied for no apparent reason except for the fact that her mum works at a clothes store or something like that. Like, I don't get it. Anyway, we have the friends. So the friends are pretty much a walking stereotype of cliches. We have the gay best friend. We have the girl who's, into politics and stuff, and she makes this observation about pronouns, how they're using the incorrect pronouns to address the killer who's a man, girl, man, body. Ugh. I'm not even going to try to get the correct pronouns or whatever. The girl in a guy's body, she's like, you're using the wrong pronouns, and it's like, you're in the middle of a murder spree and that's what you're worried about? Seriously? But look, they are fun. I think they added a lot of comic relief to the movie. There was a cliche mean teacher who bullies her, who reminded me a lot of a teacher I had in high school who would never let me go to the bathroom. Like, seriously, that's like child abuse, right? Anyway, so we see they all get their comeuppance and they all end up getting murdered, and that's why you see them set up in the beginning as unlikable characters. So when they do get killed off, it's, it keeps that fun comedy horror type of vibe. So one thing I thought was pretty ridiculous was when they had originally swapped bodies and he's trying to get her friends to believe that she is actually who she says she is. The way that she gets them to believe her is she does the school cheer. Like, seriously, she does the school cheer and then they suddenly believe that their best friend has been swapped with the body of a murderer. Like, really, that's all it takes? Anybody could learn a school cheer. Anyway, so we have the romantic interest of Millie is one of the jocks, but he's meant to be the nice guy, even though he stands there and does nothing as his friends insult her and sexually assault her and grope her. he does nothing, and yet he doesn't actually actively participate in the bullying, so apparently that makes him some sort of a nice guy. Yeah, it's one of those cliche jokes of a nice guys because they're not as bad as their friends, but still being pretty bad themselves. Like, anyway. So when they actually do get to the killing, it's pretty fun. We see some revenge kills. We see the mean jocks try to assault her and she ends up getting her revenge and on the mean girl that's been bullying her in the first half of the movie, so that is a lot of fun to watch. And then in the second act, it's a bit slower, but it does redeem itself in the end because in the end it does come to quite a fun climax of the movie. But in the very, very end scene, so basically they end up swapping their bodies back and Millie ends up killing him. But when she does kill the butcher, she says this really cheesy cliche line at the end, like, I am attractive or something like that. And it's just because she's been told the whole movie that she's not pretty because she wears her hair in she wears her hair out and wears a cardigan, so apparently that makes her like a nerd. Like, I don't get it, but anyway, it's like her empowering, taking my power back moment, and it's just really weird. But all in all, I found it to be a fun, enjoyable movie. I wouldn't say it's worth going to the cinema for, but I would say if you have nothing better to watch, it's worth seeing at least once, because I was never bored in this movie. Even though it went for 2 hours, it never felt not entertaining. So I did have a good time, and I would give it a C+.